Hello everyone, Capricorn here. I'm glad to say that I'm finally back, and here we are in the holidays. It's the season of giving, right? So what are we gonna do in our holidays? Yes, training for Champions meeting, right? We're gonna be training all week long for the next Champions meeting, because the news of the next Champions meeting is announced yesterday. So in this video, I'm gonna be talking about how the course gonna work, what visual should you use, what kind of deck should you run on each Umas, and yeah, that's about it. And we have a cost analysis in here, so if you're interested about analyzing the cost and why should you use that and this, you're gonna get all of it in this video. So first off, we're gonna have to tell you about the information about the next Champions meeting courses. So the next Champions meeting course is gonna be Jukio race course. The weather is gonna be sunny. It's 1200 meters short, and it's a turf races. The track is gonna be on a good track condition. The track is gonna be left turn, and it's in winter. It's kind of your standard course, right? But it's short, and there's a little bit of trick in here and there. So in the next section, we're gonna be talking about the cost analysis. So if you're not interested in cost analysis, you can skip to the part where I recommend Umas. But yeah, first off, we're gonna take a look at the cost analysis first. Okay, so first thing first, we need to talk about the course that we will be running, right? So we're gonna be running in the Jukio race course, which we're gonna, as you can see here, we have a start leg, which is here. This is the first leg. It's gonna be started for 200 meters. We're gonna be running until mid leg here. All right, and the whole middle leg is like a little bit of straight, and the whole corner is right here, right? So the corner skills are gonna be really good, especially the corner speed skills, because it's guaranteed to procs in this corner. And yeah, you're gonna get a lot of values out of it because it's in the middle leg, right? And after that, we're gonna be reaching the last leg around here. This part is the last leg, and as you can see, the last leg is at the last straight. It doesn't really in the corner, so same sky and other corner acceleration wasn't gonna work here, right? Including the corner acceleration, which is not really a good thing to get in this. So the only thing you need to get is a good corner speed. Maybe a straight acceleration. A straight acceleration is better, because if you take like a random straight acceleration, right, it's gonna either proc in the top straight right here, or it's gonna proc in this state right here. So you have a 50-50 of it proccing at the bottom or at the start of last state, right? So that's gonna be better for you if you want to take a some acceleration, especially a random straight acceleration, right? Okay, so the next thing we're going to be talking about is the downhill and the uphill first. The downhill and the uphill not gonna affect you much in these courses, right? Because first, the uphill is a little bit far from the last leg. Don't get me wrong, it still get affected by the mountain climber or the uphill acceleration, right? You can still get some effects. It's a little bit late, but you can still get the acceleration effects around here. But yeah, it's not the broken things that you can get in these courses, right? So mountain climbers is good, but it's good if you can take it, but you don't have to go out of your way to get the skills. All right, that's the first thing I need to mention. Next up is the downhill. There's a huge downhill on this corner right here. So if you have like a downhill speed or something, this is gonna be very good in these courses. But overall, it's not gonna affect you much. You can just ignore this downhill. There's nothing wrong about that. As you can see, the last leg started straight, right? So if you are runners, Seiyun doesn't work to you. So what do you use? We have Aston Mahjong. Aston Mahjong ultimate procs when she's at like 400 meter, right? So the 400 meter is around this part. Like this is the last 400 meter of the race. So yeah, so Mahjong is gonna be proxing exactly at the last straight, all right? But the problem with Mahjong is you need to have a good leader that can catch up to her at the last corner, so she can proc the extra skill effects, right? So yeah, you're gonna be needing that leaders or another runner that can compete with her to procs. That's right. If you are a leader, you you Nishio Flowers and Halloween Creek. Both of these are very good ultimate to use in this course for leaders, right? Because well, it started the last state, right? And if you heard of the last state on the charts, you know it's Halloween Creek time. So Halloween Creek herself is not that great, but if you can inheritance her ultimate into the others, you're gonna be perfect for the job. But the most important thing, except Halloween Creek, is you need to get Nishio Flower no matter what. you need to get initial flower out. Halloween cake is good, but you don't need to do it. But if you can, get Halloween cake as well. Get both Halloween cake, initial flower, and you get the best reader in the world. Okay. Okay. If you are beginners, you have to get Ruby Gold. Ruby Gold is good for beginners, right? So yeah, basically you need Ruby Gold. Maybe share Halo out as well if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, just fine. You can just try to like luck yourself out with the other acceleration, right? Okay. Oh yeah, I have to talk about El 100%, right? So yeah, as you can see in last trade, right? If you are runners and you can get like El Pasa out, I will recommend getting a Pasa out because, well, if 7 doesn't work, you have to find alternatives, right? So Pasa out is a good one as well to use here. Yeah, that's about it for the courses. I don't think I have anything. Oh yeah, Spin Turbo. Okay, Spin Turbo, one that you can get from Boxino Speed, is a gold skill that randomly procs on the short straight on the last leg. So it's a very good skill if you want some randomization and some RNG in there. So I really recommend getting it though, because it's a really good skill that you can proc, and if you proc it at a good timing, you basically win the game. All right. that's kind of how this Champions meeting kind of goes. So I think that's all for the course analysis. I will see you in the next section where I talks about which Uma am I recommending you to use and which Umas are really good in these courses. Okay, so after we get through the course analysis, you want to know which Uma should you be using, right? So we're gonna be taking a look at the Uma starting with the runners. So in my opinion, right, this is all purely my opinion, by the way, that somebody might not think like me or anything, but yeah, I try to get my opinion, right? So first up, runners, right? As I said earlier, runners need Mahjong and El 100% to work, which is a pretty competitive one. It's gonna be Aston Mahjong. Aston Mahjong ultimate is the last procs at the last 400 meter, and if you have like someone like behind, she's gonna be very good. And her ult is gonna be stronger basically, right? And her ult proc exactly at the last leg, and it gives you a little bit of acceleration as well. So yeah, I would say this is a very good ult for this. You can use this at an inheritance as well, according to El 100%. But I think using herself is really good if you want to run a runners, even though runner is not that great in this course. All right, but yeah, Aston Mahjong is really good. If I have to recommend something about Aston Mahjong, I would love to recommend that you use her with an inheritance the El 100% ult to her, and yeah, get a lot of acceleration, your usual runner skills, middle leg speed skill, corner speed skills, just anything. To be honest, it's gonna be really good on her, and she can land decently well, and her shot is already A, so she's gonna be very easy to implement. So yeah, she's gonna be very good here. Okay, the next and last runner that I will be recommended is Smart Falcon on her original version. Okay, I don't think she is as good as Aston Mahjong, but you can technically use her. You can inheritance both Mahjong and El 100% into her, and you can get like a good acceleration at the last leg. And yeah, the same build as Aston Mahjong, just you need to get like 2 ult instead of 1, because you have to get like her Smart Falcon is really great at competitive runners, because she has the ult that procs at the beginning of the middle leg, and she can get the lead very early, very easily, and that's gonna be where her shines, because she counters every other runners in the game. So she's gonna be very good at countering that, but I don't think she's gonna be the winner for you, right? She can block other potential runners out of the press, but I don't think she's gonna be winning a lot. So yeah, that's the 2 runners that I recommended. But okay, next up we're gonna be talking about leaders. Leader is gonna be the highlight of this Champions meeting. Okay, the first person that I would like to talk about is gonna be Yamanin Zephyr. She's gonna be very good in these courses, just because of her always like big acceleration, right? If you add like seconds, you're gonna get like a lot of acceleration. So as long as there is one person running a runners, or you running a runners yourself, and you get the second place, right, and at the very last corner, and the last leg started, you're gonna get a big acceleration, and you're gonna be landing so fast, stacking with the other acceleration that's random, or any other acceleration, to be honest, even like initial flowers, plus this additional flowers. Oh my god, that's a lot of acceleration and you're gonna get a lot of values out of it. It's gonna be really good. And yeah, I really recommend Japanese Zephyr if you want to use her, because well, you don't have much chances to use this Uma, so if you want to use her, go for it. She's gonna be really good in these classes. Next one I'm gonna talk about is the additional flower herself. I don't have her, but okay. The additional flower herself is like a really good choice as well, because well, her ult is the best leader ultimate for acceleration right now. So it's gonna be really good. So if you can use her herself, or you can enhance her into the others leaders, that's gonna be pretty good as well. So yeah, that's what I want. That's what I think at least. So you can use her herself. Okay, just make sure to get like a good acceleration and go with that. The next one I'm gonna talk about is Taiki. Taiki on her camping Taiki. Camping Taiki, not the normal one, right? The normal Taiki always like the corners, the final, you know, kind of like the final corners just a little bit. I don't think it will work in this course. No, it's not working in this course, so I don't recommend using normal Taiki. But for this Taiki, I think it's possible to use her. But yeah, I won't recommend it though. It's just a choice, right? But yeah, just saying that you can. If you want to use her, make sure to get Nijo flowers. That's it. To be honest, any leaders kind of work as long as you can make like them short and just put Nijo flower in there. You're gonna be good anyway. Alright, the next one I'm gonna be talking about for it's interesting. I think it's gonna be Karen, right? Karen Jan's good as well. Same, because she have this sprintable. If you can get it, it's good, right? So you don't have to get it from Bakshin. She have it herself, so this is one of the good choice as well. Okay. Seeking the Pearl is quite great, so as is, I wanna say that. Where's my Seeking the Pearl? I didn't roll her. I don't think anyone rolled her, to be honest, but okay, she's one of the choices here. It's good enough, I guess. She's not the best. I think she's good, but she's not the best choice here. But if you have Akebono's work as well. Yeah, I forgot to mention about Akebono. Akebono. Sorry about that. Okay, this Akebono works as well. So yeah, she's always good in short distances. So I don't know what to say about her, but yeah. Again, leader builds, go for initial flowers, get a lot of acceleration that I mentioned, and yeah, that's about it for the leaders. For chasers and betweeners, okay, this is not a lot to talk about, but basically you can stack every acceleration in the game, right? Okay, I'm gonna be speaking frankly here. You just stack every acceleration in the game and use them, alright? Starting with the choice gonna be Ogre Cap. We're not gonna use the Christmas version, but we're gonna use the normal version. The normal version of Ogre Cap is like, as you can see, you can just use them anywhere. It's fine, right? She's like really good anywhere. So she is short E, but you can use him. You can use her, right? Yeah, just make them A or S. Try to get an S on her, and yeah, in this course, as usual, right? You can't go wrong with Ogre, to be honest. Just use Ogre. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. The next thing I want to mention is, I don't think I need to mention anything more. Yeah. If you're running, you basically can run any chaser or any betweener, even like Sweep Tosho, even Top Cheese E short, or maybe you can just try to use someone that's like easy to build, someone like Sheer Halos, okay as well. But yeah, if you're building a betweener and chaser, you need to have like a Sheer Halo in there, right? Basically, Sheer Halo, Sprint Turbo, right? It's a good skill to have and everything. Yeah, that's about it for the that's my thoughts on the recommended Uma that I recommend you to go for. Okay, that's my opinion. And yeah, so let's take after we take a look at the character that you should use, next up we need to go and talk about the deck that you should be using and some example decks. All right. Okay, so here are some of the example decks that you can use, right? This is not the definite deck, okay? You can just organize your deck how you have your cards, right? So but I will explain the logic behind every card that I use here. Okay, so this is the first deck. This is for betweeners, because we're gonna use Ruby, right? Ruby is gonna be really good for Ruby skills, right? It's not Ruby herself. Ruby herself is a power guy, but she's not that great. But yeah, she have the acceleration for short and mile, which is a very good acceleration for betweeners. And yeah, it's gonna be really good. So we're gonna be using her on a betweener build. Any betweener is gonna be looking kind of like this, to be honest. We have Takian. This Takian is not for anything, just for the scenario link. And yeah, you know, the more scenario link you have in the deck, the much better you can run Get Live consistently. We're gonna be running Yukino Jin. Well, she's good, right? Non-stop girl works in this class as well. But if you are scared, right, we're gonna be using like 2 of the int guards here. And if you're scared and you're not getting enough int, your int's not enough, you can change her into like something more reliable. You can change into a high elite break SR even, like something like Daiwa works as well. Just anything, to be honest. But I just put this here because, well, you might have a good Yukino Bijin, or it's an option, to be honest. You can go for any good in guard, right? But Yukino Bijin is a plus because she have the good acceleration skill as well. Fire motion, static, she do nothing. Her skill is like for leaders, and her green is not that great. We're not gonna be taking her greens here. Yeah, she's basically my static because I need to get an in up to the max. So I have to put fire motion here because she's one of the best in guy in the game as always, right? Okay, kill sang back. Statistics, and yep, Professor is a good skill because it's a corner speed, and as I said in the course analysis section, Professor is really good because corner speed is so good in these courses. And next up, Bakshino. As you can see, why spin turbo is a really good skill. If you must already have spin turbo in her kit, you may be using like someone that already have a spin turbo, you can change her into just any speed guard that you're comfortable using, to be honest. It can be anything. It can be like sweep Tosho. It can be anything you want, to be honest, but I will just use Bakshino for the spin turbo, right? And of course Ruby just for the static. We're not gonna use Halo here because it's gonna weigh a lot. You need to max out the speed, right? And if you don't have 3 speed guy in the deck, you're gonna find some troubles. You're gonna have some trouble maxing the speed stats. So, and we need to slot in Ruby as well because we need her goal, right? So I don't think we want to put Halo in here, even though it's gonna be really hard to train these Umas, but I don't think we need Halos in here. Okay, so how about alternatives? This is the deck for leaders. It's kind of look the same, but we're not gonna be using this here, right? We're probably gonna be borrowing this Takian because I don't have a max Takian, and we're gonna be going for Oshino, right? Yeah, this look good. Right, it's always same concepts. We just swap out and just get Halos in here. Yeah. Okay, every must kind of use the same concept, right? But we use this on Betweener because we need Ruby Gold, which we're gonna be borrowing. But we don't need Ruby Gold here, right? So we're gonna be running this. Maybe change some into anything else. And yeah, this looks good enough for leaders. How about runners? I think if you're running runners, you just have to switch the Bourbon in, or any others in guard for their skill. This is a very good skill for the runners. If you don't have this Bourbon, just don't train runners. Runners is not gonna be good for you if you want to train. If you want to train runners, go for it. Kind of like this. But if you're not training runners, I think these 2 decks gonna be working really fine on its own. You can modify the decks that suit your test. Not your test, that suit what you have, right? You might not have this card and you have to go for the others instead. It's fine, just get the necessary thing, right? Just get Bakshino. Bakshino is like one of the best skill to have in this. It's ING, but you know, ING is always fuck some people up and get you the win sometimes. So yeah, just get Spin Turbo and pray for ING. And that's about it for the deck. How you like it? I changed the video format just a little bit, just to give you guys like just to try out new things, okay? If you like this format, I don't think the same format works really well, so I kind of changed the format of this video a little bit. Let me see in the comments if you like it or not. Do you have any comments or any advice that you can just type in the comments, right? Leave a like if you enjoy the videos, share it to your friends and everyone, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.